Hello everyone, this is Susan in Nueva, and I'd like to invite you to join with me for my practice today. I'm going to keep it very simple, very basic, because I can't see you, and I therefore can't give you detailed instruction or advice about how you're practicing. So we just practice in a very basic way, which is always good, even for advanced yogis, to go back to some of the basics and enjoy a simple yoga sequence. So let's start by standing in the center of our mats. You can bring feet together or have them slightly apart, whichever feels more comfortable. Tadasana, so we're feeling the feet very firmly grounded on the floor and drawing up the legs, relaxing the shoulders, allowing the side chest to open and come forwards. Feel as if a piece of string from the very top of the back of the head is drawing you upwards, making you taller. Just close your eyes and bring yourself to steady breathing. Okay, and now simply raise the arms up above the head, reach up, extend the body, turn the palms outwards, and on an exhalation, bring the arms down again. Let's do this twice more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. This time, raise the arms, reach up, and lift the heels off the floor, growing even taller. Keep that upward lift as you descend the heels. And again, draw the arms down. Let's go into Uttanasana now, forward bend. I would like you to take the feet a little bit apart. Just have a look at your feet and make sure that they are both pointing in the same direction. You can lift up the toes, spread the toes, and lie them back onto the mat. We're going to fold from the top of the leg. So keep your legs as straight as is comfortable and release yourself down. Release the neck, turn it from side to side. Release the shoulders. Lift the sitting bones. Gently roll the backs of the thighs outwards. Allow the body to release further down. We're going to come up with wide arms. Lift the head, open the chest. Inhale, come up. Bring the palms together. Draw them down, strength receiving to the heart center. Okay, we're going to take the legs wide apart now to do Trikonasana, and it's your choice whether you walk or jump. So if you have any ankle problems or knee problems, much better to just step the legs apart, otherwise you can jump. So take a deep breath in, wide apart. Now I'm going to teach with a mirror image, so you'll be going in the same direction that I'm going into. So So I want you to turn the left foot in and the right leg out, and then extend sideways. Take one hand down and one hand up. So the arms are in line with each other, the chest is open, legs are strong. If you wish to, you can turn the head and look up at your thumb. Breathe in and come up. Turn the feet to the other side. Heel to instep alignment. We're going to extend over to the side once again and revolve from the sacrum. Bring the arms into alignment. Turn the head if it's comfortable. Otherwise, just looking straight ahead, breathing. Don't worry about how far down you go. That isn't important. Keep the head above the leg, not forwards. And breathe in and come up. Turn the feet forwards and drop the arms. And breathe, steady breaths. Now we're going to Parsvakonasana. We're just going to rest the arm on the leg, but we're going to go for a really long extension through the body. So once again, raise the arms to shoulder height. Turn the left foot in, turn the right leg out. Heel in line with instep. On an exhalation, bend the knee till it's above the heel. Don't go further than that. Draw the perineum down so that you're going towards a right angle bend here. And then extend sideways. Rest the arm on the leg. And draw the other arm across. Keep the weight as even as you can between the 2 feet. Don't let it all go onto the front leg. Now you can turn the ribs, turn the chest, and look up in front of the arm. If that's too much, just stay looking straight ahead towards me. Now pressing the feet down, breathe in and come up. Turn the other way. And exhale, bend. And arm on the leg again. And sideways extension. And turn. Press into the back heel. Roll the outer edge of the back foot towards the mat. Then collapse the instep. Reach out with the arm. And come up. Turn the feet. Bring the heels in. Now step your legs if that's better for you. Otherwise, jump back to Tadasana. Find your center. Soft, steady breaths. Let's do Uttanasana again. Take the feet apart. If you have any issues with your lower back, sometimes get pain or soreness there, you can relieve this by turning the toes inwards slightly. But if you've no lower back problems, keep the feet parallel. Standing tall, from the top of the leg, we fold down. Uttanasana. Hold the elbows and draw the arms down further. Now release the hands from the elbows. Lift the head. Wide open arms. Inhale, come up. So we're not uncurling, we're coming up with an open chest. And exhale to the heart center. And release and come back to Tadasana. Standing tall. Let's go into a balancing posture now. This one is called Riksasana, tree pose. And for some people, it's very easy to take the foot right up to the top of the inside of the leg, but if that's a challenge for you, just go where you can. Maybe even you have to keep your toes on the floor. Okay. So, standing on the right leg first, pick up the left leg, bring the foot into the inner thigh or somewhere on the inside of the leg, and raise the arms. Bring the palms together, heart center. Release that leg. Take it down to the floor. Imagine you're growing roots down into the earth. And we will change to the other side. So give your hip a little bit of time to adjust. So bringing the foot up slowly. Raise the arms. And palms together. Heart center. Release. Tadasana. Going to take the legs wide apart again. We're going to do warrior pose number 2. Virabhadrasana 2. So take a breath in and walk or jump wide apart. Arms at shoulder height. Now, I want you to really engage with the inner body, lifting up from the pelvic floor, so that you feel an inner body lift. Don't do this with tension. Keep the pose relaxed, the body soft, but there's an inner strength, because particularly in the warrior pose, or poses, we're aiming for this quality of strength, stability, focus, the qualities of a warrior. Nothing aggressive about it though. So, turning the left foot in, turn the right leg out, keep the arms at shoulder height, and bend the knee. Turn the head, look along the fingertips, and keep your shoulders directly above your hips. So we're not lunging over to the side. Keep that internal lift. Inhale, come up. Drop the arms if they're feeling tired and raise them again. Otherwise, turning to the other side, exhale, bend. And inhale, come up, turn the feet, and drop the arms. Rotate your shoulders. And then the other way. Good. We're going to continue now with Virabhadrasana number 1. In this pose, another warrior pose, we need to turn the feet slightly differently because we want to also turn the hips. So the back foot, we're going to turn the left foot in, but really take the heel back a little bit further so that the whole of the leg starts to rotate round. And then when you turn the right foot out, move the foot over so that the alignment is heel to heel on your mat. And if the hips still struggle to come round, maybe even go a little bit further across towards the back of your mat. So facing the side, raise the arms up above the head. Really reach up. Use the lift of the arms and the trunk to lift you up out of the hips. And then with an exhalation, bend the front knee. Once again, keep the knee above the ankle. And look up, as long as the neck's happy with that, look up through the hands. Strong back leg, firmly grounded feet. Inhale, come up and turn to the front and drop the arms. Let's bring the feet into line again. Let's do the other side. So we start with the hands on the hips and turn. And again, make sure that back foot turns so the leg rotates. This way the hips come round without putting pressure on the knee. Heel to heel alignment. Shoulders facing the side. Raise both arms, reach up, and exhale. Bend the knee, look up between the hands, chest lifted. Don't crunch the back of the neck. If looking up is too much, just gaze slightly upwards. Keep the tailbone down. Don't work in the lower back, it's the upper back that's helping you to arch. Okay, and come up and turn to the front and drop the arms. Once again, just bring your feet into alignment. And we're going to go into a forward bend now with the legs wide apart. But it's important to maintain control of the feet. We want to not be dropping the feet inwards. If you go too wide, that's what will happen. We want to keep the inner ankle bones lifted, so the insteps remain lifted. And in fact, turning the toes slightly inwards, particularly if you go quite wide, will protect you from pulling these little inner thigh muscles in such a wide-legged position. Okay, so raise the arms again. Reach up. Now folding forwards. Just come into a parallel to the floor position. Imagine that you have a tail and somebody's pulling it back behind you and you're stretching away forwards. Good. And then come further down. And if possible, let your hands rest on the floor. Now, if you're unable to get to the floor, it's a good idea to have something here to put your hands on. So when I say get to the floor, I mean with straight legs. So if you're okay and your hands are on the floor, then stay there. Otherwise, bring your feet in and come up and find yourself a couple of books, a couple of blocks, a bolster or something like that. I'm going to just use this bolster to demonstrate. So, for those who, particularly if you've got long legs and a shorter body, the floor isn't going to always be so easy to reach and still keep the legs straight. So have your hands down on some sort of support and take it forwards and give your back a really long stretch forwards. So keeping the hips in line with the ankles and the heels and reaching forwards. Good. Now we're going to bring the support back a little bit. So bring it back to underneath the shoulders. So you form almost like a tabletop. And lift the chest and look forwards. Good. And then take your left hand into the centre of the bolster or block or whatever it is, or even if you're on the floor, that's fine. Turn the head to the side and lift your arm up. So this is a twist. We're twisting in the waist. And then come down again. Take a breath. Bring your other hand to the centre. Turn and stretch up. Legs remain strong. If this becomes too much for your legs, then carefully bring them closer together and stand up. And come back again. Now with the hands on the support or on the floor, I'm going to remove this and go back to the floor. We're going to lift up the head and look forwards. I want you to feel that the thoracic spine is moving deeply into the back. Good. And then take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, allow the head to descend towards the floor. Now, don't worry if your head is nowhere near the floor. That's not important. If it's almost on the floor and you can put your support there and take your head down, that's fine. The most important thing is to keep the legs straight. And those who are finding this easier can move the hands back. Keep the lower arms parallel, so the elbows don't splay out, and descend towards the floor. And then look up again, deep breath in, exhale, release. And come up. Now very carefully, walk the feet in a little. And then bring the hands onto the hips and stand up. Good. And walk the heels in and the toes and the heels, the toes, heels, toes, back again to toes. We'll just finish the standing poses with another balance. I want you to bring the palms of the hands together and soften the knees. Now we're going to lift the right foot off the floor. Okay. Cross it over the thigh and tuck the toes around the back. So the standing leg in this posture is slightly bent. Good. Keep breathing, steady breaths. And then release. Center. Soften. Once again, we're just holding the leg up, finding the balance. And then cross over the thigh, tuck your toes around. Good. And release. And relax the arms. Okay, so now I want you to lie down on your back. Just move this. So lying down on your mat. Hopefully you'll still be able to see me. Let your body relax. Let your back rest. Keep the knees bent for a moment, but take the feet to the outer edge of your mat and drop the knees together. Palms of the hands should be turned upwards. This helps you to release the shoulders down. Now, lying on the floor, some people find that the chin is quite high, it's lifted. It depends on the shape of your head, whether or not you're quite muscular in the shoulders, different factors. If that's the case, we need to put something behind the head, because having the chin lifted like this is actually a stressed position. We need the back of the neck and the front of the neck to be fairly level. So, once again, a block, a book, or just a blanket, a folded towel will work very well. And keeping your feet on the edge of the mat, let both knees drop to the right. And come up, and let both knees drop to the left. And go back again to the first side. And then to the other side. So this is sometimes known as wiper blade movement. It's like the windscreen wipers on a car, going from side to side. So this is a very gentle twist. If you get sciatic pain, it can actually be very good to do, help to relieve things a little bit. And then come back to the center and bring your feet together. Center your sacrum. We're going to do a slightly stronger twist, so bring your knees up onto your chest and take your arms shoulder height. Take a deep breath in. We'll go to the right first. So I want you to bring your knees down towards your right elbow. You can turn your head and look at your left hand, or just remain looking at the ceiling. Bring the knees back towards the chest and take them down to the other side. Inhale, come up again. Now, anybody who has lower back problems, I would suggest that you stay with this action, this twist. But if this actually feels too strenuous, do it with the feet on the floor. So then you can go from one side. This time with the feet together, that would be. Okay, but stronger people, the last one was okay. We're going to move on the stage. So I want you to take a deep breath in and take both knees down towards your right elbow. Stay looking at the ceiling or facing the ceiling. At this point, straighten your legs and bring your feet towards your right hand. Doesn't matter if you don't actually get that high, but as high as you can on the floor. Now, the left leg only comes up and hold. Keeping both legs straight. If you can't keep the legs straight, you're better off doing the bent knee twist. Raise the lower leg and center. Bend the knees again. Let's go to the other side. Exhaling down, knees bent. Straighten the legs along the floor, feet and hands close together. Try to keep the right shoulder down, shoulder blade on the mat if possible. Raise the right leg up and hold. Raise the left leg up and hold. And bend both knees onto the chest. Place a hand on each knee. We're going to make circles. So we're going to draw the knees towards the chest and then take the knees apart and go wide and come back again. Wide, together and back again. Making 2 circles. So this is a nice stretch for the shoulders as well. Good. Now we're going to change direction. So bring the knees up again towards you and then take them away and separate. And circles. rest in the center. Let's lift the head towards the knees. So raise the elbows a little bit first. And inhale, come up. And release down. Now, those of you who have very strong backs, you can swing the legs to sit up, but if you're being careful with your back, and we should always be careful with our backs, but find your own level. You should just roll to the side and gently push yourself up. But stronger people, swing the legs, come up. And sit in a simple cross-leg position. So, sitting should be on the front of the sitting bones, those bones at the bottom there. And for some people, that is not so easy. You may feel that you're actually leaning back, and rounding. So if that's the case, take again a folded blanket or a book or a yoga block or even a bolster for some, and sit yourself down on that. Simple cross-leg position, doesn't have to be Padmasana or anything like that. So sitting tall, just comfortable sitting. Raise the arms, reach up, exhale, all the way down. Let's go sideways now with the stretch. So I want you to take your right hand out along the mat and bring your other hand up and across, looking up in front of your arm. Inhale, come up. Let's go the other way. Looking up in front of the arm. If you have a shoulder difficulty and the arm is very far forwards like that, just look straight ahead. Don't throw your head back. Keep the gaze forwards or in front of the arm. And inhale, come up. Let's go to the first side again. Exhaling as you go down. Inhaling to come up. And exhaling across. Just working with your own breathing time. Nice flowing movement. Good. Okay. We're just going to do one more on each side. And back to the center. And rotate the shoulders. The very simplest of twists. Take your left hand across to your right knee. Take your right hand behind you and turn. Come back to the front and go to the other side. Steady breaths. And back to the front. And rotate your shoulders. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of abdominal work now. So we're going to do Navasana, bow pose. So I want you to bring your legs forwards, your feet forwards, and this asana is best done without any support underneath you. So just take that blanket away. We'll take it in stages. Clasp your hands behind the back of your knees and bring your feet off the floor. Now if this is a challenge for you, just do one leg off the floor and keep the toes of the other foot down. And then change. Those who are okay, bring the knees up and straighten one leg and the other leg. One leg and the other leg. Good. Now, can you straighten both legs? And if you're okay with that, stretch the arms forwards. Good. Keep breathing. Separate the legs. Hold the inner thighs. And bring the soles of the feet together. Okay, we're going to take that the other way now. So, this time, if you can hold on to the feet and have straight legs, then the best way is to hold the big toes. Otherwise, hold the ankles, or the backs of the calves. So, holding on, walk the heels back, find a balanced position. And those who found the first one a bit difficult, keep a heel on the floor and straighten one leg. And then the other leg. And you can repeat that. Others, wide apart. Good. Keep breathing. Okay. Now we're going into Navasana again. It's Navasana 2. Bring the legs together. And bend the knees. And rest forwards. Good. Let's do another twist. So I want you to take both feet round to the left. So just swing them round. And if that leaves you in a slightly slanted position, bring your block in again, or your blanket, and just take it underneath the right buttock so that you become more level. Knees are facing forwards. Raise the left arm and take it across to the outside of the right knee and turn. And back to the front. Now, to change sides, just come up onto your knees and swing your feet around to the other side. Put your block or blanket down. Sit tall. Raise your right arm. Really create length in the side of the body. Your left hand is going behind and you turn. And come back to the front. want you to now take your, another twist, I want you to take your right foot and bring it across. Sit very tall. Hook your arm around that leg and turn. Close twist. Come back to the front. Undo the leg. Swing the feet to the other side. Sit down. Lift up your left foot, take it across, and sit tall. Raise your arm. Hug the elbow around the knee, and turn. Now press down firmly on this left foot. Stay very long in the spine, upright, but twisting. And back to the front. Okay, we're going to now sit in a position called Virasana. Now, for people who have any kind of knee problems, this may be difficult and may not be best to do. So you have to listen to your own body. Virasana is sitting in between the feet. So we come into a kneeling position and then sit down in between the feet. Now again, if you're rolling backwards to get there, that's not such a good idea. So you might want to use a block or a blanket or even a bolster to place between your feet so that you can really sit tall in the posture. The feet should be going straight back. Now for some people, this is very tough for the feet as well. They're not used to that strong stretch back like that. And if that was the case, I would probably suggest sitting on a blanket or a cushion with the toes dangling over the back. So the toes, in fact, lower than the ankle. Now because I'm not able to come and help you with the position, if it's not comfortable, I would suggest that if you're finding it an uncomfortable position to be in, that you sit cross-legged instead. Okay? So your choice, sitting in Virasana or sitting in a cross-legged position. Take your right arm out to the side. Turn the palm and bring the hand high up the back. Raise the other arm. And we're going to reach down and catch the fingers. Some people might even be able to catch the palm of the hand. If you're not able to catch the fingers, take a belt, a scarf, a sock, anything will do, and hold it in your upper hand and then catch with your lower hand. And you can walk your hands slowly towards each other. Steady breaths. Face relaxed. And release. Rotate the shoulders. Let's do the other side. Stretch stretching out. Bring the palm of the hand to face away from your back and the fingertips as high as you can take them. So, you can use the other hand to really assist in that. And then raise the arm. The more you lift up out of the shoulder, the further that arm is actually going to go back and to catch. But of course, use your belt again or your scarf if necessary. One side might be easier than the other, depends on the habits that we have of holding our telephone, holding handbags, shoulder bags, etc. And release. So if you're in Virasana and you're finding it's becoming uncomfortable, then do change to cross legs. I'm not trying to torture you. And otherwise, stay in Virasana. We're going to stretch the shoulders the other way now. So we'll start off with just a very simple stretch. Take the left arm forwards and squeeze it across the body. And release. Take the right arm forwards and squeeze it across. And forwards. Both arms forwards, bend the elbows. Let's take the left arm on top of the right arm. And bring the palms together, or as close together as you can. And lift the elbows and draw the arms forwards. Release. Let's go the other way. Cross and lift. Soft, steady breaths, face relaxed. Gently pulling the arms away from your face to increase the stretch on the backs of the shoulders. And release. And now bring the legs out of the Virasana, or cross-leg position. And let's take the legs really wide apart. Once again, bring yourself onto the front of those sitting bones. And again, if you find it useful, have something to sit on. So have a look at your legs. Make the V shape very even. Be on the center of the backs of the heels, toes upwards. Raise the arms. And just hinging forwards from here and here. Just see how far you can go. Now, some people I know can just go right down onto the floor. Others may not get much further than this. Doesn't matter. The important thing is to work to your own capability and to keep length. So keeping the back straight, keeping the front body long. Just go as far as is comfortable. And don't let the feet roll. And inhale, come up. And take the arms down. Let's do that again. Raise the arms. Now turn towards your right leg. So turn the waist. And do the same thing, stretching forwards. When you can't go any further and still keep the back and the front body long, let the hands come down and catch. Maybe you'll catch your foot, maybe it will be just below your knee. Not important. Lift, look straight ahead. And inhale, come up. So now going to the other side. And the feet don't move in this position. So while you're stretching over the leg, make sure that the other foot remains centered on the heel. Raise the arms and turn. Inhale, reach and hold and lift. So the stiff part is usually this upper thoracic spine. So can you move it into the body? Good. And sit up again. Now we're going to bend this left leg. Bend it in. And release the knee down. Simple twist, round to the left. Stay in that turn, so the chest lined up with the knee. And take your right hand above your right leg. Now we're going to take the right side of the rib cage down towards the right thigh. So leaning over, see how far you can reach. Ankle, possibly big toe. Hold on to it if you can. Bring both arms in line with the chest and turn and look at your left hand. Now we're going to try to go a little further, so bend if possible the right elbow, take it down towards the floor in front of your leg and follow across with the other arm. And turn the chest to look up in front of the arm or just stay looking to the side. You should feel a lovely long stretch on the upper side of the body. And inhale, come up and center and open the neck. Now let's bring the other leg in. Good. Sit tall. Turn. Maintain the twist as you stretch your left arm above your left leg. And hold. And reach out with the other arm and turn and look at your right hand. Now going further down, side ribs towards the thigh. Bend your elbow if you can, and reach across. Inhale, come up. Open the arms, open the legs. Sit tall. And then carefully bring the soles of the feet together. Hold on to the feet. Butterfly. From the groins, relaxing the groins, moving the legs. Good. And then either staying in this position, we're going to come forwards a little bit. For those of you who like doing it in a cross-leg position, Gently cross the legs and extend forwards. If you're working with crossed legs, come up, change the legs, and go forwards again. Just as far as is comfortable. Think about extension rather than trying to get your head to the floor. Good. And come up. Now, lie down on your mat again. Let your back rest. Stretch your arms down by your sides. We're going to lift up the hips into a bridge pose, but very gently. So the first thing I want you to do is to just tilt your pelvis and bring the back of the waist closer to the floor. Now just continue that action as you peel the buttocks up off the mat, lengthen the back of the neck, and raise the hips. Holding that lift, steady breaths. Now if you're familiar with Mula Bandha, this is the pelvic floor lifting. Engage Mula Bandha or gently draw up from the pelvic floor. Take a deep breath in and exhaling, roll the spine down, vertebra by vertebra. Let the back of the waist come down and then the tailbone. Okay, let's go up again. Deep breath in. And peeling up the buttocks. Raise the hips. Bring as much of the back off the floor as you can, chin towards the chest. Inhale deeply, engage Mula Bandha, and roll the spine down. And relax. Last time. Inhale, pelvic tilt, and lift. And then vertebra by vertebra, rolling down. Keep the navel drawn back. Back of the waist, tailbone, relax. And keeping the knees apart, bring both knees onto the chest. Let's do a happy baby. Bring the arms in between the legs. Reach up, catch your feet, outer edges of the feet. Turn the soles of the feet towards the ceiling and pull down on the outer edges of the feet, trying to take the knees closer to the floor. Once again, be careful that you don't throw your chin up in the air. Keep the chin down. Again, you could have something behind your head if it was needed, if it is needed. And rock from side to side. Just gently. And then release. Bring the roll over onto the side and sit up. Now, at this stage, I might suggest you doing head balance, those who are practiced in it, or I might suggest shoulder balance or head balance and then shoulder balance. So Shishasana and Savasana. But because I can't see you and I can't advise you in practice, I'm not going to suggest either of those two poses, but I would like us to have some sort of inversion. So for our final relaxing pose, rather than doing Shavasana on the mat, flat on the floor, I'm going to suggest that we practice a relaxing final position with the legs up the wall. But by all means, if you'd rather do a standard Shavasana, lying flat or bolster behind your knees, that's absolutely fine. So, Shavasana with the legs up the wall. The best way to get very close to the wall is to come sideways to the wall. And then swing yourself around and bring your legs up. Now, at this point, you can elbow walk yourself in a bit, which will take the buttocks very close to the wall and the legs more vertical. Again, if it's more comfortable to have a little bit of lift underneath, you can place your block, bolster or blanket into that position underneath the pelvis, back of the pelvis, and let the legs rest. Take the arms away from the sides of the body. Again, make sure that the chin is slightly lower than the forehead. Close your eyes and allow your body to rest. Notice how you're resting on the floor and below that the earth. Allow yourself to release, to let go. Close the eyes, relax the face. Be aware of your breath. So don't try to control the breath. The more you relax, the steadier the breathing will become, and the lighter and the softer the breath will be. Make sure the teeth are not together, but the lips are lightly touching, so you're breathing through the nose. Feel the effect of gravity on the face, drawing the cheeks outwards, widening the mouth, making the forehead broader, passive in the face, open. Just begin now to move the fingers, stretch them a little, move them around, open the palms of the hands, deepen the breath, and slowly bend your knees. Walk your feet along the wall as you roll over to the side and push yourself up with your hand. Come back up slowly, little movement as possible. Come into a cross-leg position or any comfortable sitting position. And allow your spine to lengthen. Keep your eyes closed again now. And return to the quietness and the stillness of your Shavasana. Now we're going to finish the class by chanting 3 Oms together. The sound is A-O-M. I want you to think about the R sound starting right down here in the belly. The O is in the center body, chest area. The is right up here in the shoulders and the head. So we'll do it 3 times. So join with me, please. Take a deep breath in. Bring the palms of the hands together at the heart center. Did you hear the 4th Om? It's the silent Om. Thank you very much for joining me in my practice today, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Namaste.